What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? All right. Today, we're going to be talking about the New World Order. Okay. I get on these platforms, these streaming platforms, and I see left versus right. The left think they right, and the right think they right. They both think they right. But what they don't realize is they ain't nothing but pawns being used in the game right now. They ain't nothing but pawns being used in the game. There we go. They ain't nothing but pawns being used in the game. Okay? If you did your research, like I did and many others did, 10, 15, 20 years ago, all of this stuff right now, we knew that it was going to happen. A lot of us made videos. You can scroll back through my videos on this YouTube channel, and you can see that I've been talking about this for years. A lot of people didn't believe me because nothing was happening within those couple of years. But I'm not here to tell you I told you so. I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to let you know what's really happening and what's really going on around you. Okay? See, we already know that the fake Israelites, we already know that they they purchased all of these platforms to spy on Americans and to stop people from telling the truth about what's going on. But that's not going to stop me, and that's not going to stop a lot of other people. All right. So today we're gonna talk about the New World Order. We're gonna talk about the elites, and what they got planned for now and up until 2030. This whole massive plan been going on for centuries. It's been going on for centuries. They've been slowly implementing different laws, different rules, different regulations, just to get to this point. 2025 was the push, the harder push for Agenda 2030. And it seems like the majority of the people falling right into the plan because it's order out of chaos. They have to have chaos in order to create order, create new laws. They have to have false attacks, and some of them even AI generated, just to make you believe that it happened, but it really didn't happen. All right. So let's get to the first video, and I want to show y'all that these people been doing this for a long time. This plan been here for a long time, and now they're making the harder push in 2025 to make it happen, and people are falling for it. You think that this happened just in America? No, it's riots and uprisings all over the world, but you can't see it because guess what? They controlling your algorithm. You see what they want you to see, right?
Genuinely not national, like environment, nuclear. For the first time in history, foreign policy.
This is Henry Kissinger. I know a lot of you guys know who he is. You know, he's gonna tell you what he feel about the New World Order and where it's going. So let's take a listen.
For the first time in history, foreign policy has become global. Communications are instantaneous, and there exist problems which are genuinely not national, like environment, nuclear proliferation, and simulations. So in this sense, we are living in a new world, and a new world order will emerge. The only question is whether it will arise out of intellectual and moral insight and by design, or whether it will be forced on mankind by a series of catastrophes. That's the
It will be forced. New World Order will be forced on mankind by a series of catastrophes. Now let's just unpack this. Let's unpack this right now. The New World Order will be established by a series of catastrophes. Right? We see what happened in 2020. We see what happened in 9/11. All of these stuff is leading up to the New World Order. 9/11 was the beginning, was the start for the push, the beginning of the push. Because they needed mass surveillance. They needed mass surveillance. So they created the 9/11, and what happened after that? They created a law where there legally will be cameras everywhere. Every street corner, every home, every appliance, every phone, every camera. Game consoles. All of this stuff is used for surveillance. That was the first small push. Guess what? You voted for it. You voted for it. Which brings me back to the scriptures, that the scripture says that he will cause all great and small to take the mark in the right hand and forehead. How would he do that? By a series of catastrophes. You're gonna want to trade your privacy for safety. They always say this. I always say this on every live that we do. If you want to know what they're doing, go listen to the from the horse's mouth. They not hiding what they're doing. They never hid what they was doing. It was only hid because you wasn't paying attention. That's why it was hid. They never hide it. They tell you outright. They built the monument, the Georgia Guidestones. Come on now. They tell you they're going to want to maintain the population under 500 million. Come on now. They tell you everything they want to do. They tell you everything they want to do. It's up to you to listen. It's up to you to listen. Let's hear what the rest of Henry Kissinger have to truthfully tell you out of his own mouth.
The challenge of our period. And it makes it, to my mind, one of the most exciting periods in which anybody can live. For the first time in history.
The most exciting period that anybody can live. Who is exciting for? It's exciting for them. It won't be exciting for you. Wait till you see what's coming. We're going to get to what's coming by the end of this live. Wait till you see what's coming. Do you want to know how I know what's coming? Let me tell you how I know what's coming. Let me tell you how I know what's coming. How I know what's coming is because I listen to what they say and I watch where the domino fall. That's it. I listen to what they say and I see where the trend is going. I already knew it was civil unrest coming. I knew this 5 years ago. Like I said, you can scroll down my the list of videos and you can see I'm talking about the civil unrest 5 years ago. This is manufactured. This is not genuine uprising. This is manufactured. Paid for by billionaires like yours truly, Henry Kissinger. All right, now let's get to the next video. This is going to get good. I'm going to show you how long these people been planning this. I'm going to show you how long these people been planning this.
Alice Bailey, the occultist, she's
I want you guys to pay attention to this guy. I need you to pay attention to this guy. All right? Because he's going to tell you what this lady, she's a Satanist. She's a devil worshiper. She do all kind of witchcraft. Listen to what this man say.
a lot of you remember Alice Bailey, the occultist. She's called the mother of the New Age movement, right? She greatly influenced the United Nations. I think she died in 1949. She, by the way, said that the outline of the New World Order would start coming into shape in 2025. Her publishing house was called.
She said, the New World Order will start taking the shape in 2025. Hey, guess what? I just told you that they had this plan a long time ago. And I said they've been making small pushes a long time ago. I said this time they making the big pushes. You're going to see a lot of stuff that's going to happen. You're going to see a lot of stuff happen, including no more lights. Yeah, they're going to hit that electrical grid. They're going to cut it. They're going to cut that electrical grid, and you ain't going to know what happened because you outside fighting. I know it's a lot. I know it's a few people, not a lot. It's a small percentage of people that knows what's about to happen. They already preparing. They're going to be prepared for what's happening, for what's about to happen. Me and my family are already prepared for what's about to happen. We already knew what was going to happen a long time ago. They're going to hit that power grid. Once they hit that power grid, they're going to stop food from coming in. Listen to me now. They're going to stop food from coming in. They're going to call it a strike. Truckers is going to go on a strike. Strike. Remember that. Remember I told you. I'm trying to tell you what's finna come. Listen to what they tell you. They tell you out their own mouth.
Called Lucifer Publishing. It was known as Lucifer Publishing before they changed the name to Lucis Trust. Look at what she wrote. In the spirit of Freemasonry, her husband was a Mason. Later, when the 1957. Later, when the nature of the rhythm to be established through the rituals is grasped, and Masons are trained to work along the lines of united thought and united action and united ideals and objectives, a lodge will then work as a group of humanity or humanity as a whole. They will create a focal point for spiritual light and will organize themselves into a body of conscious custodians of the mysteries, acting as a distributing agency for knowledge and for the awakening of the immortal spirit. When this aspect of the Masonic work is grasped, the activities of a lodge assembled for work will take on a true and deeply spiritual significance. Masons will meet to serve humanity, end quote. And you know what's also very interesting is that Malachi Martin, he was a well-known Jesuit. Malachi Martin, he left the Jesuit order. He went on to write some New York Times bestsellers.
Pay attention to this. Pay attention.
Okay. He said, I'm out of here. And he started writing books exposing the Jesuit order, Malachi Martin. Well, he warned about liberation theology, the mixing of Marxism with Christianity. And in this book, The Keys of This Blood, he warned that the Masonic Lodge that met in Vienna in 1819 to 1820 by the French, Austrian, German, and Italian Grand Masters of the lodges, quote, "We must turn our attention to an ideal that has always been of concern to men, aspiring to the regeneration of all mankind, the liberation of the entire world, and the establishment of the Republic of Brotherhood and world peace. Among the many remedies, there is one which we must never forget: the total annihilation of Catholicism and even of Christianity." What we might.
This is part of the New World Order. They want to destroy Christianity. They want to destroy Catholicism. And they want to make a one world religion. This is all about connecting all of the countries around the world into one, under one technocratic government, which will be AI, will be the government who's governing the world, right? They're going to get rid of a lot of jobs and give it to AI. They're going to get rid of a lot of jobs and give it to AI. They're going to establish a system where they pay you with crypto. So they have to collapse the economy. The economy is done. After 2027, the economy will be done. They're trying to implement this sooner than that, but I believe it's going to be after 2027. Closer to when Donald Trump is about to leave office is when they're going to implement the cryptocurrency as the new world currency. Not just America. Remember what I said, it's not just America, it's the whole world. Everyone is going to have a cryptocurrency. You've seen China already dabbling into cryptocurrency. You've seen Saudi Arabia already dabbling into cryptocurrency. Europe already dabbling into cryptocurrency. You see Donald Trump already put a cryptocurrency reserve into law. So if you follow the trend of where it's going, you see, okay, all these countries are dabbling into cryptocurrency. All these countries is deliberately destroying their own economies. So what I see is these people are trying to start a crypto-based world economy. It's all about logic. It's all about logic. I understand logic is not prevalent in a lot of people. That's why they out there fighting. ICE. Yeah, it's why you think that they wanted immigration. Immigration is to have people intermingled with each other. Do you understand? They want a mixed group of people. They don't want just, oh, this is Europeans, or this is Israelites, or this is this, or this is that. They don't want that. They want a global world order. Okay? Now, let's get to this video.
Let's wait for is a pope suitable for our purposes, because with such a pope, we could effectively crush the rock on which God built his church, seek a pope fitting our description, induce the clergy to march under your banner in the belief that they are marching under the papal banner, make the younger secular clergy and even the religious receptive to our doctrines. What he went on to say was the Masons, the Freemasons, and the Jesuits would work together with the communists to bring down Christianity. Now, I don't believe that the Catholic Church was built on the Rock of Peter, but he does say their goal was the annihilation of traditional Catholicism.
They don't want you to have anything that has to do with the Most High Yah, who's the world called God. The New World Order is all about idol worship. Cause soon they're gonna make people bow down to their idol. You know, the owl that they worship. Yeah. So this new world order is gonna be what the scripture claims to say it's gonna be. Right? It's gonna be a dictator. They already making the world, the earth into 10 regions, which will be ran by 10, I guess, politicians or whatever you want to call them. The Bible calls it 10 kings, but they already taking shape already. Right? And if you heard Donald Trump's speech, I think it was at Davos. If you heard his speech and you think with logic, he said every country is like a region. He said he treat the world like regions. Right? So some people inadvertently tell you, a lot of people outright tell you what they want to do. Let me show you. It's been planned for a long time. Let me show you something. This book was written in 1997. 1997. Right? Some of y'all probably already heard about the book, read the book. Some of y'all might not have. Just in case you might not have, I'm going to remind you if you did. So pay attention.
If this was predicted 27 years ago,
Pay
somebody
attention.
knew something. Okay, here's the list. This is an abbreviated list. I could have made it much longer. You know I can. I didn't. Okay, you ready for the list? Fast mutating viral disease pandemics.
Off the back. Off the back, 2020. Remember, I said the beginning was 9/11. And 2020 was the small push. Like, watch what he tell you. You're gonna see everything that this was said in this book in 97 is going on right now in 2025.
Genetically developed vaccines. Smart IDs. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scream, but, just make sure none of you are nodding off, because the eyes get heavy. DNA database tracking.
DNA database tracking. That's why a lot of y'all gonna be arrested and they gonna get your DNA. They gonna get it either way. You go to the hospital, they're gonna have your DNA. They gonna put it all in the database. That's what it's for. And they're gonna put your facial recognition in every database. Because for the simple fact, they're gonna have something called it's a system that China has going on right now. A social credit system. That's what it is. They're gonna start a social credit system like China. China was the beginning. You think all these countries are fighting each other? They all in on the same page. But they need war as a distraction. These people are not fighting each other. These people are not mad at each other. They sit here and in front of you, oh, America this, oh, Russia that, in front of you. But then when you go to sleep, they probably at Mar-a-Lago sipping wine and laughing at people because, a lot of people are just ignorant to the fact of what's going on around them. Seriously. So they're going to start a social credit system to where if you say anything bad about the government, you say anything out of the way or do anything out of the ordinary, they're going to deduct everything. They're gonna deduct everything. Your pay, which is why they moved to crypto. Remember, I was talking about the crypto. Everything is gonna be based off of the net. Everything is gonna be based off AI. There will be no banks because your money will be on the blockchain. All they gotta do is extract whatever they want out of your account, and you can't do anything about it. If you have a low social credit score, you won't be able to get a job. If you have a low social credit score, you won't be able to go different places. You'll be shunned. Just go check out China and their social credit score, and you're gonna see what kind of system that is. And this is what they're working towards. You don't have to believe me. Take their word for it. It's coming out of their own mouth. So I'm just the messenger. I'm just the middleman.
DNA chips. Get this one. 1997. Gene-based pharmaceuticals. Transmitting genetic instructions for a disease process. How about this one? You ready for it? Wait for it. Artificial intelligence to determine gene patterns. 27 years ago, who had heard about AI? Apparently they had. How about this one? Robots for doing genome sequencing. And then this one blew me away. Using recombinant DNA for making spike proteins. 1997? It gets even worse. Smart homes. They have a whole chapter on smart homes / smart cities. This one will absolutely.
I'm gonna cover the smart cities next. That's gonna be the next live. So make sure y'all tune into that next live. We're not done here yet. But my next live is gonna be about smart cities. I'm gonna show you how they are gonna implement it and how people are gonna want to vote for it. Remember, they said you will own nothing and be happy. You thought that was joking? Wait, you thought that was joking? You thought they was joking about you owning nothing and being happy? Let's keep listening.
Floor you. It did me. In 1997, and this is, you can do the word search and research yourself.
Listen.
They predicted not 2025, but by 2020, that people would be working from home virtually. Ah, come on. Listen, that.
How you gonna be working home virtually? You're gonna be working through virtual reality, through the blockchain. How you will be getting paid through the blockchain, which is how they'll be able to take your money without them even asking you. Take everything from you because you got out of line.
You know, I mean, how do you know that? Because you're the one who did that. World War III, of course. Nuclear devices causing widespread contamination. Nanotech devices. This stuff was never even heard of. Digital.
Remember what Kissinger said. The New World Order will be established by a series of catastrophes. Come on. You out there fighting each other, but y'all forgot. Y'all fighting the wrong people. The people who got y'all out there fighting is the one y'all need to be looking at. They got you divided. And guess what the scripture said? The kingdom that's divided shall not stand. It's going to fall. Look at Rome. What happened to Rome? Rome was divided. The same thing was happening in Rome. Social decline. Health decline. Mental decline. Come on, man. We see this today, right now. Y'all out here sleepwalking. Y'all out here sleepwalking. Maybe y'all the zombies that they was talking about that's going to be the zombie apocalypse. Maybe y'all the ones going to be the zombies. Because this is ridiculous.
Currency, and last but certainly not least, vaccination programs. I'm sorry, I got to chuckle, because if I don't, I'll cry. Vaccination programs run by organizations like the World Health Organization for a global killer that has yet to emerge.
Remember my last video? Well, the video before my last video. My live before my last live. Remember, population control. Which brings you back to the Georgia Guidestones. Follow the damn patterns. Follow the patterns. They giving it to you every which way. Y'all just sleepwalking like ain't nothing going on. I mean, fighting each other like each other starting a new world order. Like that makes no sense. You fighting each other like each other starting a new world order. No. You need to be looking elsewhere. You need to be looking elsewhere. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. You see what that says? He just got done talking about it in the last clip. This stuff is not a game, man. This is not a game. You think it's a game, but it's not a game. This right here is real reality, real life. This is not some fantasy movie. It's not some sci-fi movie. They actively is putting a plan into action. What are you doing?
At the moment of profound change. Geopolitical tensions are high. Trade is fragmenting. Security has become an urgent priority, and technological change is reshaping our economies at remarkable speed. Europe must respond to these challenges, and Germany, as Europe's economic engine, carries a particular responsibility, shaping the continent's future. I know after your speech here, you will be going to Brussels in another meeting. But as you saw also, Mr. Chancellor, things do happen in Davos, there are processes, and I guess the discussions around Greenland is going to be a little bit easier this evening in Brussels. Since taking off.
Why do they need Greenland? Answer that question. Why do they need Greenland? Don't tell me nothing about no oil. Don't tell me nothing about no Russia or no China in the sea over there. That's not it. Don't tell me about no what you call it. Don't tell me about no no what you call it don't tell me about no rocks or anything they come with. Don't tell me anything about none of that. Because you know why they need Greenland? They need Greenland to complete the region. They need Greenland to complete. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I don't think y'all get what I'm saying. I don't think y'all get what I'm saying. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. Okay, it's down here. Where's it at? Okay, here we go. All right, now I'm finna show y'all what I'm talking about when I say that they want to start. They want to. The world's gonna be different regions. This is what I mean. That's what I mean. When I say the world's gonna be regions, this is what I mean. Right here. If you can see it, if you can pay, if you can, you know. All right, there you go. It's a little clearer. That's what I mean about. That's what I mean about regions, right? This is why they need Greenland. This is why they keep saying that they want Canada to be the 51st state. Think about it. Some of these countries ain't just gonna bow down to the New World Order, but they will, because they're gonna get bowed by conquest. Either they're gonna do it willingly, or it's gonna be done by conquest. All right? You're gonna continuously hear them talk about Greenland until Greenland becomes part of the Western world. You see what I'm saying?
You have sent important signals. A shift in fiscal policy, significant investments in defense and infrastructure, and a more active German role on the international stage. As Mario Draghi has warned, without bold action, Europe risks a slow agony. This moment therefore calls for leadership that provides clarity, confidence, and resolve. We very much look forward
If they don't do this, he said Europe is going to experience a slow agony. They economy is collapsing. Everybody's economy is collapsing. From China to Russia to America to Europe to Africa, all the African countries. This is all by design. All of this is by design. They have to put together this social credit system globally. They want to control the world. They need to get the population down to 500 million. And they're going to do it throughout these series of catastrophes. Through healthcare, through food, through water, through the air. Why do you think they got all these fake foods? Eventually, they're going to stop the real food from coming in. We're going to get to what they're going to do to the farmers here. Because that's part of the New World Order. That's a part of the New World Order. Okay?
to your speech, and thank you for your very important leadership in challenging times for Europe and Germany.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well,
Listen to what these people say.
Now, President Borge Brende, ladies and gentlemen, the calm and peace up here on the magic mountain in Davos is at stark contrast to a world whose old order is unraveling at breathtaking pace.
The old order.
Let me share with you how the new German government is looking at these tectonic shifts and how we are addressing them. These shifts have the most profound ramifications for our freedom, for our security, and for our prosperity.
Remember, you're going to trade your privacy for security. You have to listen to these people.
In these weeks and months, we are witnessing a new era has already begun. Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine has been the most drastic expression so far. But change runs much deeper. China, with strategic foresight, has worked its way into the ranks of the great powers. The United States' global pole position is being challenged, and Washington reacts by radically reshaping its foreign and security policy. We have entered a time of great power politics. The international order of the past 3 decades, anchored in international law, has always been imperfect. Today, its very foundations have been shaken. This new world of great powers is being built on power,
New World Order.
on strength, and when it comes to it, on force. It's not a cozy place. We do not have to accept this new reality as fate. We are not at the mercy of this new world order. We do have a choice. We can shape the future. To succeed, we must face harsh realities and chart our course with clear-eyed realism. 2 days ago, Mark Carney said in this hall from this place, we must no longer rely only on the power of our values. We must also recognize the value of our power. I share that view. And when I look into this room, into this hall, I want to say, most of us.
And remember, that same speech Mark Carney said it's time for that new world order. Come on, guys. They tell you. If you want to know what they're trying to do, they're going to tell you what they're trying to do. Now I want to get to one more thing. One more thing.
Farmers need to give up their farms before.
Remember what I told you about the food thing. Remember I told you that they're going to stop food from coming in, and they're going to stop farmers from growing food, right?
But remember how I said earlier in this speech that the farmers need to give up their farms before 2030, specifically that year? Yeah, so that's not a coincidence. That year doesn't come out of nowhere. So that year is basically the deadline that our global elites have given our country and will probably give you to abide by these new regulations. And that agenda is called the 2030 Agenda. And now I have a slide showing you what that entails. So the 2030 Agenda is a United Nations agenda. So there we go. Everybody's part of the United Nations, right? The entire world. And
this is why I tell you, none of them are fighting each other. All of them on the same page. There's no doggone real war. None of that is going on. There's propaganda that they pushing so they can spread fear. Fear is going to be part of how they're going to get you to vote for the things that they want to do to you. And it's unfathomable that a lot of you cannot see this. Y'all just out there lollygagging, thinking everything is normal, or out there fighting each other for some stuff that you don't even know what you're fighting for. None of you know what you're fighting for, left or right. The Democrats and the Republicans are on the same darn page. They're on the same page. It hurts my brain to see that people cannot see this. It's right in your face. They tell you. They tell you. It's crazy.
this agenda consists of 17 what they call sustainable development goals. And when you take a look at them right there, you're like, well, what's wrong with that? You know, they all seem very noble. No poverty, no hunger. Who could be against that? However, if we take a closer look at how they actually want to accomplish all of this, anybody with 2 functioning brain cells realizes that this cannot happen unless there is an active and maybe even forceful redistribution of goods, foods, property, and our rights, which basically comes down to the obliteration of all of our basic liberties and our rights. And these goals, as I said, are not restricted solely to the Netherlands. They are global. And that's where we see their true motive. The people behind this want to establish a one world government, a new world order in which they decide what we eat, when we eat, where we travel, when we travel, who we meet, and what we are allowed to spend our money on. Basically, control over every single aspect of our lives. And I'm sure that many of you have heard the famous sentence from Klaus Schwab, you know, where he says, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy, right? Yeah, that's this agenda. So why are the people behind this agenda specifically targeting farmers? Well, it's because obviously they really want our way of life and the things that we eat to radically change. They don't want us to eat foods that make us strong. They want us to eat synthetic meat created by Bill Gates. They want us to eat bugs. They want us to drink soy milk so that we become weak and obedient, and we do as they say, and we buy what they offer.
So everything that I said, this is what they want. They have to start tension within America between left and right, because if people come together, how can they win if people standing together? They only win if they divide it. Because one side will help the elites fight the people who really don't want it, but they don't know what they're fighting for. They just fighting. Arguing back and forth online. And I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. The Democrats have been brainwashed. They have. MK Ultra. If you don't know what it is, look it up. And look up how they implemented MK Ultra. Come on now. They've been brainwashed. I used to be a Democrat. I know. I never voted, but I sided with Democrats more than I sided with Republicans. Until I started learning what was really happening, what was really going on. And what's really going on is both sides are together. Both sides are working with all other governments across the world to establish the New World Order, a technocratic world. The biggest push is coming. The biggest push is coming. This year is going to be some kind of catastrophe to where people going to want to beg for a new law to be established. It's going to make 9/11 look like child's play. So if I were you guys, I prepare. I'll try to get some type of off-grid land. I'll try to get something where you can grow your own food, have some source of water. Because if you don't, and you don't soon, it's going to be too late. You're going to have to figure it out. A lot of these people who use social media as a source of income, feel bad for you. A lot of these women out here saying that they don't need a man. You about to need a man. You about to eat those words. You are about to eat those words. And all these men out here who doesn't have the testosterone, the masculinity, a man who's self-sufficient, who know how to build, who know how to hunt. If you ain't one of them, feel bad for you. Because it's about to get hard for a lot of people. It's about to get hard. I ain't trying to fearmonger you. I'm trying to warn you to prepare you. It's about to get bad for a lot of people. Well, that's my time for the day. I get back at you. I got another live coming at you pretty soon. It's going to be a good one. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please like, share with your family, to people who you want, to prepare for what's coming. People who you want to warn for what's coming. Share with everybody. And leave a comment. Tell me what you think about what I just showed you today. Tell me what you think about what Henry Kissinger said. It's your boy, Watchman's Warning, signing out.